Hello everyone, back for another eBay unboxing, or in this case, unbagging. So, for those of you who probably more than likely know, I don't even know if I ever showed this doll on my channel, but for those of you who might know, if you're Barbie collectors and you collect modern Barbie, then you will know that Angel Kent, one of the Barbie designers at Mattel, actually did release, like Mattel released some of his designs that were mermaid dolls, and they actually used the Odile face molds, which personally I wish they would do more of this. We all there for a while we thought that the Odile face molds were going to be Barbie's new default head mold, and not so sure about that anymore. I wish. In a perfect world, I wish. But I don't think Mattel is going to do that. There was a Playline set that featured the Millie sculpt, or not the Millie, but the Odile sculpt, and then there was another variant made with the Millie sculpt again, and yeah, no. They could have just left it alone. They could have just left it as Odile, but no, they had to change it to Millie that had absolutely no makeup on, and she was just bland and boring and stuff. But enough of that. We actually did wind up getting, was it last year? I think it was last year that these came out. And they were the Odile Mermaids, and they had two others. They had a Millie with a closed mouth, but I have this one. So I do, in fact, have one of them. Let me see. I would try to turn this around. Yeah, so she's just going to be on the side. But you can see her a little bit better now. I'm trying to tap my screen so that it will hopefully focus in on her face. Let's see. Not really wanting to, but you'll get the gist. They released mermaids with the Odile faces. Please focus. You know what? I'm gonna pause it and try to focus it and come back. So there we have it. And with my mermaid, I did go a little extra mile, and I took some glitter nail polish, like some shimmer, and I put it all over. She already had shimmer on her, like a pearlescentness to her top, but I wanted it to be that, I wanted to go the extra mile. And yeah, I'm using Chuck right now as background, so that's what you're wondering, which he's got his Pride glasses on, so happy Pride, everyone. But yeah, so yeah, I did wind up putting shimmer on her top, and of course I put shimmer on here as well. Some really pretty shimmer nail polish. I don't know, see, that's what the front originally looked like, just plain. But I was like, no. They're mermaids, they need glitter, and besides, they did the glitter down here. One design flaw with these is I've noticed that when you go to put their fin on, it's supposed to be in front like this. Excuse that stupid gnat that's flying around. But yeah, I don't know why it's curved that way when you put it on, so I like snipped off a portion of the peg. Like there was a peg that was sticking out a little bit that was preventing me from shoving it in the way that I wanted it. And so this, I actually have it flipped this way. So now you can really see the glitter really good, and the fin is curved outward now, like it's kind of swooped outward instead of swooping down. So like, for example, it's now curved like this, like it's supposed to be, and not like that. Like if you look at any mermaid doll, let me see. You'll have to excuse me, this is me just rambling for a while. Like, for example, I have a Mermaid Fantasy Kayla, my original one from years and years and years ago. She's pretty trashed, but I played with her so much. And I even painted her with nail polish as well. So yeah, when her mermaid skin, if you will, like the latex-ish vinyl skin dry rotted and crumbled, I just painted her. But as you can see, the fin actually goes like that as well. It curves out like this. It goes out. It slopes outward like that. But for some reason with the Odile Mermaid dolls and the other ones, well, I haven't had the other ones, but at least with this one, her fin was like that. I'm like, it's not supposed to be like that. So I flipped it around so that it would be more like how it's supposed to. So that it would curve that way. And then also with this one, she was also missing hair straight out the factory. I've had several dolls like this. So I actually went in and I added some nylon hair. So she has pink hair, matches the lips, and then I rooted some over here where there was hair missing. It's like a whitish pink. Can't really see it, but she was missing quite a few chunks of hair. And it's not that I brushed her hair or anything and it fell out. No, because her plugs, what they do with newer Barbies is they will actually melt the plugs on the inside of the head so that they don't come out. And I guess they must have brushed her hair before they had melted that. I've had the same problem with some of my other Barbies too, like modern Barbies that I had got. And so I guess they brush the hair before they do the heat treatment on the inside of the head to melt the plugs in. But either way, her hair, like she was missing some chunks of hair, so I had to replace those. And I think it turned out really nice. I mean, I would have preferred not to have to do this, but you know, it is what it is. And she's now definitely more unique now. And like I said, the pink definitely matches her lips and her whole aesthetic now. So, yeah, that is her, the closed mouth version. And I made sure to get one where you could actually see all the little, like, white details in her iris, like the little lines. Because some of them, you couldn't really see it because of the pixelation. Or the static. I don't think it looks like pixelation. It looks like static. That's what it looks like. Like when you were a kid or something and the TV went blank and it was just all that static. Like you can see on screen now. Like the camera I'm filming on, it has some of that static you can see. So that's what the new paint jobs look like to me. Is it just looks like static. But yeah, that's her. But anyhow, enough of my rambling. It's already almost 9 minutes in. Actually, it is 9 minutes in right now. And I still have not opened the eBay package. Bottom line, I got the pink mermaid and I got the Millie one that has closed mouth. So anyway, let's stop rambling. But one thing I had noticed about the open mouth Odile. I mean, she is ideal. Let's just face it. She's more ideal than Millie. But I mean, I'm just kidding. You know, Millie has her moments where she can slay, but it's just not as many as I would prefer. We're just gonna say, I mean, Odile slays a little bit more, or a lot more. And that's just the way it is. So we got the shipper bag. Throw it out the way. Yay, we got some paper. I didn't order paper. I'm just kidding, it's what's inside the paper that's important. Okay, so first off, we have them in their body bags, so that's fun. They're all mummified. So I will get out, and it is them, so, but yeah, they're all mummified, which I like that. Barbie mummification, we stand. Gotta preserve those dolls. So we're gonna cut open the bubble wrap. Now, one thing is this Millie doesn't actually have her crown, but honestly, I thought the crowns that they came with were kind of ugly, so I'm not too disappointed that the Millie one doesn't have her crown. I don't even remember what it looked like, so. Okay, and here she is. Her hair, let me check her hair. No missing plugs, at least not on that side. Let's check this side. Nope. So I guess I just got duped with that first one. But yeah, look, the fin is still attached, and now I've got a free rubber band. Look at that. I have a rubber band to do the doll's hair, and I was actually needing rubber bands for like my ponytail reproduction Barbies. So I'm going to take this very carefully off so that I don't break it. I really cringe when I see people cut these rubber bands. I can't tell you how many times I've cringed. But there it is. And these are really good. These are the same quality hair bands they use in the doll's hair that last for years and years and years. One doll that I have that needs hers replaced is... Let's see if there she is. So I have this Then and Now Barbie from 2009. And you can see her rubber band, her elastic is getting a little cloudy, which signals that it's probably getting ready to break. So I have a replacement now. And that elastic has been in her hair for years. See, this one is the same way. See, it has, see, this is the little peg that I cut off. So you can see it right here. It kind of bumps out right there, and that's the one that I cut out, or cut off. But again, see, the fin is sloped this way. I'm not sure why that is. Now with this one, I guess I will put her fin on the way they want me to, because with the Odile one, you can actually see the paint job behind this because of how clear it is. But with this one, it's not really that apparent. I mean, I don't know, I kind of like this better though. Kind of prefer that. And then where the yellow would be on the back. See, this just kind of looks like a background color so that it can look more like this. But I guess I'll put it on the way they want me to. But I think on some of them you can actually take them off again. I suppose I could adjust it like with some hot water so that it goes more out like this. But there she is. I need... Oh, why does she smell like sun lotion? She smells new, like she still has that new smell. Where's my brush? Yeah, these ones will be getting painted as well with some sort of glitter shimmer. Because they need it. But look at what they did with Millie. They gave her eyeshadow for once. And I was just making a post about this on Facebook, but I have this like destroyed like mildly destroyed Millie head that one of my nieces brought home. I don't know what she was gonna do with it, but she eventually neglected her. So here's this Millie that looks like I found her at a junkyard or something. Like she was getting ready to go on the, like, you know that scene in Toy Story 3 where they're about to go into the Inferno or whatever. But yeah, she looks like she was destined for that. But this is actually one of the Millie styling heads I wanted. And what I was shocked, look at that. Look at all that rooting. I could not believe that. Look at how much rooting that is. And I like that her eyes are much smaller. But she just had no makeup, so I got out the eyeshadow palette. And boom. I even did some highlighter. You know, I know highlighter is kind of outdated. Like, it's not really mainstream anymore, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to glam her up and, like, look how she slays. She doesn't slay as much as the Superstar or the Generation Girl, or definitely not as much as Odile. Some people say Odile or some people say Odile, but I kind of like Odile. I think that's pretty. But either way, she got her glam. I would like to try to reroot this head, but that's just so many hair plugs that I think I'd just be inclined to, you know, practice the rerouting tool method and then put glue in her head, because there's no way I'm knotting. That's usually what I do, is I knot the plugs in the middle, and then I use a sewing needle to thread them through and everything. But her head, yeah, no. She still has her neck joint though, which is fun. I don't know what other dolls would need it, but yeah, that's her. I actually glammed her up a bit, so, and she looks 10 times better. She could use some, like, eyeliner, like a nice thick eyeliner wing, but you know, that's where we are for right now. But no, look, they actually did that with this one. They actually put coordinating eyeliner, or not eyeliner, but eyeshadow on her. Now, they did go with a nude lip, but because her eyeshadow is kind of, well, this is a stretch, but her eyeshadow is kind of dramatic. Let's face it, Millie could never be this. Like, she could never do that. I mean, I would love it if they would do this with Millie, but I don't think Mattel is. I think this is as dramatic as she's gonna get, so. But she slays either way. But yeah, they actually did give her makeup, and I like that she's got blue and green and yellow tones now. She's not just pink. She's got pink on her outfit, which is nice, but her main color scheme is like pinky, greeny, or not pinky, but bluey, greeny, yellowy, oceany colors, and I'm really liking this, so not disappointed with her at all. But of course, we all know the main event is Odile, and she's in here. I got them for a really good deal too. I was actually surprised that I was able to get 2 of them for the amount that I did. The Millie was just kind of a bonus, but here's the reveal. But Odile is, she's where it's at. She's the queen of the scene these days, and she's trying to take Millie's throne. Like, she is trying to, but they just ain't letting her. Here she is. There she is. the girl herself. Bam. I finally have her. She's been on my wish list for a while now. And she does too. She smells like sunscreen, like kinda sorta. Like she smells kind of summery. Just like the other one, which is very fitting. Her fin is still attached. So we're gonna get that off right now. Looks like they just took them out, and maybe they got these ones and they weren't variants that they wanted. Which I think I know why they didn't really want this one, because some of them, like with this one, so with my original one, you can actually see the little like white individual white line details in her eyes, like in her iris down there. You can like see there's like 5 of them. And I had to make sure that I got one where you could actually see those details, but with, I think she's supposed to have them too. But you can't really see them all that well. You can kind of see maybe 4 of them right here, but it's just this method of painting the face. It really winds up butchering some of the details of the original screening. But it is what it is. I'm just glad to finally have her. And one of the main reasons, I will go ahead and put her fin on. Whatever I did with it. Oh, there it is. See, I actually kind of prefer this ombre over that. But again, they have it set up to where you're supposed to put it on the other way. Another free hair elastic. Very much appreciated. So I will go ahead and put this on the way they want me to. Fine, I'll do it. Again, I'll have to use hot water to flip it out this way. But yeah, that is on there. But no, one of the reasons I wanted her so much is not only is she stunning, but also she was really giving me Y2K vibes with her screening and the open mouth version of Odile. Oh, who does she remind us all of? And I definitely think she was, when she was being sculpted, I think she was heavily influenced by another popular doll in the Barbie universe, and that is Teen Skipper. And this Odile Mermaid, specifically when I saw her promo picture, she instantly made me think of Rio de Janeiro Skipper. It's like Rio de Janeiro Skipper became a mermaid. And the screening is very like early 2000s, like the Barbies and other dolls had back then. The face is very similar to Teen Skipper, which I definitely prefer over Millie. I think her face shape, I think Odile's face shape, everything about like her face, her head shape, everything, her sculpting is just way better than Millie could ever be. But yeah, I'm wondering if Angel Kent, because he's a younger designer, so I don't know, maybe he had Rio de Janeiro Skipper growing up. I actually have 2 of her. This one's a little bit better condition. I don't have an outfit on her though. I would love to get her original swimsuit. I remember I had 2 Rio de Janeiro Skippers as a kid as well, but I don't have either one of those anymore. And I remember my first one, her lipstick came off, so definitely very similar. She even has the middle part just like Rio de Janeiro Skipper. You see the hair length? Is the hair length the same? Pretty close. I mean, you know. But I'm wondering if Angel Kent didn't have Rio de Janeiro skipper in mind when he designed this mermaid. I don't know. It's highly likely when you look at both of them next to each other. It's just, you know, you can't help but feel like maybe, I don't know. But either way, both dolls are gorgeous, and I'm so happy to finally have this one in my collection. She will also be getting some shimmer put on, because I'm sorry, the matte look isn't doing it. Do they have, does she have, it looks like the top is pearlescent too. What about the Millie? What did I do with her? You know, I've been sitting here this whole time, and it's amazing how I can lose stuff within a matter of seconds while sitting in one spot. But no, here she is. It looks like they have the same color tops. Yeah, they do. That's interesting. They're just painted differently. And they're different styles, but they're both like this cream, vanilla-ish color pearlescent. Yeah, she's got it too. She has the pearlescent. You can see the little bits of shimmer in there. So yeah, they both have it, just like this one does. Yep. It's almost like a bluish shimmer that's in there. Very pretty. But yeah, that is them. Be sure to post a video. I know I still have to do a video over those clone Barbies that I got from that grocery store. I can see one of them now. Let me see if I can grab them fast. Yes. So I do. I eventually did take them out. So yeah, these ones that had the dresses where they have the sequins that you can lift the sequins up and it's like mermaid scales. Kind of fitting for this video. But yeah, I still need to do a review over this one and the purple one as well that I got in a 2-pack. So look forward to that. I did wind up styling her hair like a ponytail Barbie. Because why not? But I mean, I thought she was gorgeous, and that dress, I mean, absolutely iconic. But anyhow, I will be sure to post after videos, or an after video of when they are cleaned up and boil washed and everything like that. And yeah, she is going to need a trim. I had to do that to my original Odile, because I don't know what they're doing at the factories when they cut the hair, but look at all the stragglers. That's like a modern issue. Oh, I didn't check her rooting. Let's see if she's got bald spots. Let's see if she has chunks of missing hair plugs. Not from what I can see. She seems good. I don't see any missing plugs at all. So she's just gonna need her hair trimmed because yeah, I'm gonna literally have to section her hair off, comb it out, pull. Where's a comb? I need a comb. There we go. So I'm basically gonna have to do like how they do a layered haircut. So you comb the hair out, and your guide will be this shape here, and you just trim off anything that is longer than the guide, and that way you'll get hair that does not, you'll get ends that do not look very messy like this, and you'll wind up with hair. Let me brush hers out. You'll wind up with hair nicely trimmed that looks like this, where there's no stragglers, everything has been properly trimmed and it looks nice. And it will also improve the movement of the hair. This one's hair needs to be washed, so I might wash her with the other ones. I think it's been like over a year since I washed her, because I washed her right after I got her, which was about a year ago or so. So she's past due for one. So I'll do that as well. Give her her little makeover as well. But I do have 3 of them now. And there they are. And I might even get the other one too. But for now, that's all of them. I definitely love this line of mermaids. They're really pretty, really fun. I actually do have another, because here lately Angel Kent is the one designing all the mermaid ones. So let me go get the other one I have. And there they are. And here's the one I was talking about. So yes, I do have the, this was the Brooklyn one. There's not very many Brooklyns that I like, because they're like Millie. They have no makeup on, they're kind of boring. Little to no effort is put into Brooklyn. So, but this one, this Brooklyn, all the shimmer and glam and her hair. Oh, and I love how her fin is like super clear, like glass. Like these ones, it's kind of like a foggy clear, except for this one. Hers is a little more glassy. But these ones, it's a little more foggy looking. But hers is like clear purple glass. It's amazing. And it's better than glass because it doesn't break. It's flexible. So yeah. Very nice. And then for the heck of it, I got my Ken version out. And all his colorful gloriness. Oh, they should do this again. Of course, I went the extra mile and put some pastel streaks. Pastel pink streaks in the hair, because why not? I mean, preferably I would have preferred all the hair to be pink, you know, because... But he is gorgeous. And yeah, while I was at it, I wound up finding my fantasy mermaid or not fantasy, but my fantasy hair Barbie that I had mentioned. Now with fantasy hair Barbie, she actually came with hair extension pieces attached to these like headbands. So fortunately, with this doll, I was actually able to harvest some of the hair off of those headbands and root it into her head. But yeah, that's all the mermaid ones. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention she has that poly hair. And Ken, see, I don't know if Ken was designed by Angel Kent or not. I don't know who designed this one, but the fin is what I don't like. It's like just matte. I prefer the see-through ones that are like glass, but I still like this one, even though it's not transparent and see-through like these ones are. He's still fun. But anyway, back to Fantasy Hair Barbie. Since she came with those extensions, I was able to root hair back into her head. But she actually had the same issue where there was some missing plugs. And she had a lot of them missing. Just like with my Odile mermaid. Everywhere you see purple is where she was missing hair. And it went like all the way up to her part line and everything. So, and then of course she was also missing some pink on the other side. So you can't see it that well because, yeah, there you go. You can see that middle part is kind of darker. So yeah, it is a different colored pink. But yeah, it's happened to several Barbies that I've gotten. I think the first doll that it happened on was my Charlie Lake doll from Wild Hearts crew, and I noticed like maybe she was missing 7 hair plugs, and that was it. But Fantasy Hair Barbie by far was missing the most, and this one wasn't as bad. Fortunately, I did have some extra hair that I could plug into her head. Yeah, it was in here somewhere. You can't really tell because of the color that I used. But the most obvious is this one over here. And it's just sparse. It was just everywhere. Just missing hair plugs. But anyhow, that is my rambly video of those dolls. And these aren't all the mermaids that I have that are sort of Dreamtopia style. I have more. Of course, my favorite will always and forevermore be Mermaid Fantasy, but I definitely like these new ones. And she's my only Brooklyn that I have. And I think I chose a good one because she is a true fantasy. She's got the blue, she's got the shimmers, she's got the pearl pastel colors. I like the fins that were on the sides, and of course that fin that is like glass. I'm obsessed. The only thing I'm not obsessed about or obsessed with is the poly hair, but I can get over it. And it's very thickly rooted too. I mean, check this out. I can barely even get it in my fingers to wrap it around, but that is how thick her hair is. She's got a lot. But anyhow, enough of my ramblings. That's my video. Thank you guys for watching. More videos to come, and remember to stay true to you.